Knowledge is potential power. Action and execution is real power. You see the difference between a dreamer and a doer is action. In this video, I want to talk to you about the importance of applying action. You see, there's a beauty of action. Action is necessary in executing every information that you have received, but not just every information you've received, but also in fulfilling the life that you always dreamed of. You see, a dreamer always sets their eyes on what they can achieve, how they're going to achieve it. I want to be a millionaire one day. I want to be a millionaire one day. An executor or a doer says, I want to be a millionaire by 30. This is what I'm going to do to ensure that I'm a millionaire by this age. So it's important to dream, but it's also important to set systems in place and take action to execute that dream that you have. I'm going to talk about 5 things and 5 main points that will help you in understanding the beauty of action. Don't just think, do. And you see, this is the one area that a lot of people struggle with. People have planners of things that they want to do, but they do not create a plan on how to do it. And I hope that this video will help you in living out the plan that you set for yourself, in achieving the life that you've always dreamed of and always wanted to achieve. You see, you have to understand that action transforms ideas into results. It's not just only about having the idea. You see, the Purpose University was an idea. I thought about how can I help people write books, and how can I help them become the person they need to be before they write the book, and then find ways to convert that book into many opportunities. And I came up with the Purpose University. Now, I would have sat on that idea and said, well, I want to do this, and not do anything about it. But what did I do? I took that idea, I created a plan and an executional system to ensure that that plan is fulfilled. So action transforms ideas into result. Don't just think of the thing, do it. Thinking and planning are essential. It's very needed. But nothing changes if you do not take the first step. You see, one of the issues in starting a business is starting. That actually is the first thing to do, is to start. How do you start? By either registering the business, thinking of a name, or creating a website or something, or creating a logo. There are many ways that you can start. You don't have to fully launch the business out, but you can start by creating a logo, by coming up with a name for the business, by coming up with a vision for the business. You have to create action plans that will help you in fulfilling this business, in fulfilling the goals that you have put in place. So, sorry about that, guys. So, create, plan, but also take the first step in fulfilling that plan. What's the next thing? Is why is it that many people stay stuck? I think that one of the reasons why people stay stuck, because someone will be like, oh, well, I have this business idea, but I don't know what to do. I think you know what to do. You're just overthinking what to do. You're just afraid of what to do. Or you just want to be a perfectionist. So what are the 3 things that actually affects you and makes you stay stuck? Overthinking, fear, and perfectionism. You want everything to be perfect before you start. Well, I tell you, nothing will be perfect before you start. Even when you start, it will still not be perfect. So you have to understand that you learn as you go. That's the difference between dreamers and doers. It's good to dream, but don't just stay dreaming. Be a doer. Don't just keep thinking about, oh, how am I going to do this? How am I going to... No. Do the thing that you said you were going to do. Stop overthinking. Oh, is it going to fail? Is it not going to fail? You see, I always say that failure, because some people have fear of failure, and that's the reason why they never do. They never act. They never move forward. It's because you're afraid of, oh, what if it fails? What if it not? But you have to understand that fear, your perspective of fear will determine how you see it. See, fear is not the end goal. It's just a journey. It's a redirection path. It helps you redirect you to what's working. If I do something and it doesn't work, now I know that doesn't work. That does not work. I can now do what works. It redirects you to what works. So you have to overcome fear. You have to overcome overthinking and everything being perfect. Things can't be perfect. Everything can't be perfect. These are the things that's some of the things that stop people from acting. And you see a lot of people struggle so bad with this because they're overthinking. Oh, how am I going to do it? Oh, will I be able to do it? I remember there was a time where I had this mentor. Not really a mentor, like someone that taught me a specific kind of skill, so a tutor. And this guy was so good. Like even me that didn't really have more knowledge about it, I became the best at it. That's how good he is at teaching. And I said to him, I said, have you ever thought of teaching? He's like, yeah, I have, but I said, why don't you start a course? He said, well, there's some people doing a course, excuses. But what if it doesn't work? Fear of failure. I don't think this is gonna overthinking. You see, those are the things that hinder people from acting. Until now, this person has not started it. You see, that's the sad thing, is that many people have what can give them the life that they live or they want to live, but they're not ready to implement it. The Bible says, a man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men. Make emphasis on the word a man's gift. Meaning that every one of us have talents, skills, experiences, knowledge, gifts, mindsets, and so much more. Purpose. We have those things. But the problem is that we do not execute them. And because we do not execute them, even though those things have the potential of bringing them before great people, influential people, they will never meet those people because they've refused to share their gifts with the world by executing and acting on those gifts. So don't sit down on your gifts and your talents. Execute. Execution is way more better than education. And I will say it again. As a woman that loves education, I have a master's in electrical and electronics engineering. I love education. You can tell that I love this, and I want to do my PhD very soon. Hopefully by the end of when I'm 30, I'll do my PhD. As a woman that loves education, I am telling you, execution is way better than education. Because you see, learning is important. And I always call it knowledge syndrome. That is the word I called it. Knowledge syndrome. Knowledge syndrome is where somebody is addicted to acquiring knowledge and never fulfilling or implementing the knowledge that they've received. They are so used to getting and acquiring information, gaining education, but never executing what they have learned. And you see people so addicted to knowledge, but never addicted to execution. So you see, learning is important, but constant learning without action leads to stagnation. And this is the truth. You have to apply what you know. That's what wisdom is, applied knowledge. If you cannot apply what you have learned, that thing you learned is useless. If I give you a strategy and you do not apply it, the strategy is useless to you because you never applied it. And you see, many people are so addicted to getting the next course and doing the next thing and reading the next book, but everything they do, they never apply it. Nothing. You don't apply what you learned in the book. You don't apply what you do. I think that one of the goals that people need to set is not just reading a book. They should dedicate 1 month to reading and 1 month to applying what they read. That is my suggestion to you. If you are the kind of person that is addicted to knowledge, you have to create a system to help you apply that knowledge by forcing yourself to apply it. So if you like to read a lot, I love to read books. Well, me, I don't have knowledge syndrome. I am a doer. I apply my books. Everything I learn, I apply quickly. I share what I learn.
And you guys have even seen it in Atomic Habits. I read Atomic Habits. I shared it. Everything I share is from the books that I've read. But you see people that read books, they have read 6,000 books, but their life is still the same. Why? How can you have this amount of knowledge and still remain stagnant? But because if you want progression, progression equals knowledge plus action. So you have to add knowledge with action. Those two things is what will help you in being progressive in life. Because the more you act, the more capable you feel. And that is so true. Practice does make perfect. It does. Because when you continue to do something over and over again, you build a life that leads to mastery. And you want to be a master in your field. So don't just receive, apply. Another thing you can do is that you can build momentum, builds confidence. So, how can you build momentum? You have to understand that every small action you take creates motion, and you want to accumulate those small actions. Now, I'm trying to be healthy, and I know some people may not tell that I'm on a health journey right now, but I am. It may be slow and small, but the more I do it, the more they accumulate. I wake up every day and I walk. I wake up every day and I walk. I do exercise every day. It is not a big exercise. Small exercise consistently accumulates eventually in time. So eventually you will see the reward of those consistent actions that you put into place. So every small action creates motion, and motion builds belief. The more you continue to show up and consistently create those actions, the more you believe that it's working. And the more you act, the more capable you feel. And this is so important. Don't just sit on the goals and the vision and the dreams, act on it. You want to build confidence? Move. Start. That's how you build it. You want to be a very successful person? You got to start. You want to know how all these wealthy people are so good at what they did? Because they started. They failed and they kept going. Because that is what builds character. It is not the destination that brings fulfillment, it's the journey. The journey is what helps you become who you aspire to be. You see a person that lost their wealth and they gained it all back again, and you're wondering how? Because they are the person, they don't have the money. They are the person that makes the money. They've become. So because they've done it so many times, it's very easy for you to do that. It becomes a second nature. The more you act on something, the more it becomes habits. And it becomes a belief system, which becomes your identity. Now, you don't have to think to tie your shoes. You tie your shoes because you started doing it every day. When you had to go out, you tied your shoelace, and eventually you learned how to tie your shoelace. And now it's become part of you. You don't have to think to do it. That's why you see people don't think to be wealthy. They are wealthy, not because of the money, because of their mind, and because of who they've become by consistently showing up every single day to build wealth. They are wealthy now. And even if they lose that money, they can always build another one anyways, because they have the systems that helps them sustain it. So momentum builds confidence. You want to be confident in what you do? Keep doing it. That's the answer. There's no rocket science to it. You want to be confident in what you do? Keep doing it. Because momentum builds confidence. Small actions create motion. Motion creates belief. And because of that motion, it builds confidence. The last thing is living the plan. True success happens when your plans become your daily lifestyle. It's not about setting the goal, it's about living the goal. It's about it becoming your reality. That's why I said it becomes your identity. Execution turns visions into reality. That's what it does. Acting on something turns your visions into reality. You're living the life that you dreamed of because you acted. So, what do I urge you to do today? Act on what you believe. Act on the dreams. The vision board you wrote on the board. You can do your vision board all you want, but if you do not create a plan to fulfill everything that's on that vision board, it will be there for years and years to come. And you will be that person saying, "Oh, I've always wanted to do this. You know, I was told that I'm very good at this." Okay, so what did you do? Don't just be a spectator. Don't just be a dreamer. Be a doer and live in the beauty of action. So, what are the things that you can do to help you? Stop waiting for the perfect time. There is no perfect time. Just do it. If you didn't do it well, you learn. Actually, I was listening to a podcast, and the man was saying, was it a podcast? No. I was reading a book, Atomic Habits by James Clear, and he was talking about a study they did, whereby a professor did two things. He divided the class into two, and he told the first group that they have to create a beautiful one image that is so perfect. And the other group that they should just keep taking pictures and just take pictures spontaneously as they go. And at the end of the day, whoever has the best picture will get the grades. Do you know who got the grades? Those that were taking pictures consistently. You know why? Because those that had to take only one picture, they spend so much time on professionalism, on perfecting the plan, on how reading and studying about how to get a perfect picture, that they never actually implemented taking the picture numerous times to be good at taking pictures. Meanwhile, the other people, because they didn't have to read and they're not researching on information, they kept taking pictures and kept taking pictures and kept taking pictures until they learned, oh, that picture doesn't look good. I'll tweak that. Eventually, they came out with a better picture than those that had to pick only one picture. They only had to bring one picture. Those people had to bring many pictures. And theirs were all better than those that had to just create one picture. What am I saying? Don't just focus on the perfect time. It does not exist. It does not exist. Consistently show up over and over and with progress. Because the beauty of progress is that it's revealed in motion. Because the perfect time does not exist. So act now. Don't just think of how you're going to do it. Do it now. And I hope that this video was helpful to you. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video for more tips. Bye.